Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good today. I hope you guys will hear me okay, as I've had to change a few things on my microphone, but big up the chat. I hope you're good. I'm back tonight, this evening, or obviously wherever you are in the world. I'm back to do another transfer video. There has been some updates, which is obviously good because that means there's quite a few things to talk about today. Obviously, Trossard is the main sort of person I will be speaking about because there has been some developments there regarding him. With Martinelli, there hasn't actually been anything said about him at the moment, so I'm under the impression Martinelli is possibly going to stay at Arsenal, in the summer window. So we're going to have to see what will happen with that one. But obviously, big up to the chat. I appreciate all of you that will be watching my show today. I'll just need to plug my laptop in, guys, before I chat about anything. But I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah, so big up to you guys. Good seeing here. Big up Audi, good to see you. I hope you're good. Always good to see you in here. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Big up yourself. Obviously, big up to all of you guys that are here today. Yeah, I'm gonna obviously go into it. I'm gonna share my screen in a minute as well. Obviously, please do make sure you do send in any comments, any questions for me to go through, as well as I'm more than happy to answer any questions or anything you want me to go through. And of course, if you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel. Please do make sure you're liking this video, as well as we are going to chat a bit today about the latest Arsenal news. So yeah, I'm going to try and share my screen now, as I do want to have a chat with you guys about a few things that has been going on, especially today. So I will happily answer any questions, obviously once I've shared my screen. Yeah, Trossard's going to be the main sort of focus today, to be fair. So yeah, let me just, I'll have to do it this way. Right, I'm going to share my screen. Right, okay, so there we go up. It's a bit about Trossard. So obviously Trossard is the sort of main source at the moment. I do think he's going to leave, to be completely honest with you. I think he's the one that will probably see leave out of him and Martinelli. One of them staying, one of them will be going for sure. So I do think it won't be a surprise to see one of them go. But I'm going to just read a bit about the latest news. TBR Football can exclusively confirm the latest development following Arsenal Trossard, increasing speculation over his future. Trossard joined in 2023 for an initial 20 million. It has been a good option. I think he's been a great player, to be fair. So yeah, let me just go through. For TBR Football can confirm what Trossard has decided over his future and what the Gunners have said to him in response to European clubs that are interested. Arsenal will not stand in Trossard's way as options are being worked on. Our football correspondent Graham Bailey has confirmed that talks over a new deal have stalled, as both Arsenal and Trossard look to see what happens in this window. Arsenal have told Trossard they will not stand in this way, and he is ready to depart. His people are now working on options. Arsenal have no qualms about keeping Trossard, and likewise he could stay. Bailey seriously told them. However, he knows the club are happy to move on from him and are looking for alternatives. With that, I'm told he's happy to look somewhere else. Trossard has loved his time at Arsenal, but it seems that a chapter will come to them next month before the window closes. So yeah, that's an interesting one. There has been actually a lot of interest from quite a few different clubs to Trossard. Dortmund have been interested, Napoli as well. There's been quite a few interests from a lot of clubs there. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see where he does actually end up going. Obviously, like I said, Napoli there. Atlanta as well, looking for a replacement for Lookman, who is set to into Milan. Dortmund are another option. They know the move for United Sancho is difficult. They're looking at Trossard. Fenerbahce looked at Trossard as well, but have since backed away, whilst the Saudi Pro League are interested, but it appears they would rather you'd rather stay in Europe. This is understood within the Premier League, but nothing is advanced at this stage. So yeah, I'm gonna just come back to you guys to chat, obviously, and there's a few people in the chat at the moment. So yeah, obviously at the moment it does seem as though there's quite a lot of interest for Trossard, and I don't think we can say that's a big surprise at all, because I think if he doesn't get regular game time, he's in his right to want to leave. You know, he's not going to be a starter, is he? I mean, especially if Madueke is here, I think Madueke is probably going to be a starter, possibly. Obviously, with Eze, I'll speak about that pretty soon. But yeah, I do think this is a possible outcome that's going to happen. Trossard leaving is not a surprise to me at all. Like, it just wouldn't be a shock to me. But yeah, I think it's fair enough. Like I said, other teams are interested in him. You know, we're seeing, like I've just said, obviously Atlanta as well, Napoli. So yeah, I think Graham Bailey is quite a reliable source as well. So we are going to have to see how this one is going to develop. But I'm not surprised if he does end up leaving. I'll be sad to see him go, because I think he's been a really good player for Arsenal. You know, as he said there on the article, a solid player. He has been a good player. So we are going to have to see what happens. Obviously, like I said, Borussia Dortmund are interested in him too. So that'd be interesting, that move, if that did happen as well. So yeah, we're going to have to see what will happen in this situation, how this one will develop. Big up the chat, obviously, big up to all of you that are watching. If you've got any questions, do send them through here today. I will be speaking about a few other things, not just Trossard, but I know Trossard is the sort of main topic. And please do subscribe here, guys, if you're new around here and you just discovered my channel. Please do. And of course, let's get them likes up, guys, and keep smashing them for me. So obviously, big up Aldi, big up Victor, good to see you here. Hope you're keeping well. Big up Keeper as well, good to see you here. I hope you're well. Hope you're all well today, guys. Aldi says, who do you think we should rid from the current squad? Well, I think Zinchenko should be up there. I think Zinchenko, obviously Nelson, Vieira, Lokonga. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't choose this, but obviously Martinelli or Trossard, one of them will definitely be going. And yeah, we are going to have to see what actually will happen after that, because I think, you know, if we are wanting to get Eze, is Kivior going to be sold to get money for him? Because I think for these players, you're not going to generate too much money, unfortunately. But I'm excited to see what will happen and who will end up getting. But I think we could definitely sell Zinchenko for maybe 15, 20 million. Trossard I'll probably go for 20. Vieira, I'm not sure how much you get for him. The Congo, I'm not sure either, but Nelson is looking like he's going to go to Fulham, which would be a really good move for us. Big up Aldi, can't wait for the Northland Derby. Thomas Frank must be happy to play against one of the best clubs in the world. Yeah, he has to be very complimentary to Arsenal, hasn't he? It's quite funny seeing him compliment a rival. So yeah, I will be doing. I probably will do a live watch song for that game as well. We'll let you guys know, but I think I'll be doing a watch song for that one. So stay tuned as well for that. But yeah, I'm excited for Northern Derby. I think it's going to be a really exciting game. I think you always want to play against your rivals. I mean, it would be nice, like someone said before, to play other teams in these games, but I'm more than happy to have this as a game. So yeah, really excited for this game. Hopefully, guys, we are going to see Gyokeres. Hopefully we'll get some new play. Hopefully some of the new players will get some minutes like Mosquera as well. Really excited for that game coming up. So yeah, I think there's definitely quite a few things to look forward to now. As Arsenal fans, and pre-season's really exciting. But yeah, I think Gyokeres is the guy we all want to see play, and I can't wait to see him get some minutes. I think he's going to be a really important player for us. Big up the chat. I hope you're good. Big up AMW football. Good to see you here. Hope you're good today. Obviously, yeah. So I spoke with Trossard there. So we're gonna have to see if there's any more updates. There has actually been an update. I want to see if I can find it. I might share my screen again. On Eze. So yes, every day I feel less and less likely about Eze coming to Arsenal. Yeah, I'll try to see if I can find it. But obviously I can just read you what I've heard anyway. But The Athletic have said Arsenal remain interested in Eze, but we are not willing to meet a release clause in excess of 60 million and will only bid if Crystal Palace reduce their price. I was a bit surprised at that, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, because I just feel like in my head I'm just like, just pay what they want. He's going to be such an amazing player for us. Like, just do it, Arsenal. I mean, I know Madueke, we've happily paid what we paid for him, but I just want us to bring this guy to Arsenal. I don't feel confident about getting Eze, and being completely honest with you guys. I don't think they're gonna back down. I don't think they should back down anyway, because I think he would be a great player. But yeah, it's a real like frustrating situation, this one, because I think Arsenal want Eze, but we're not going to pay what they want, which I think for me is really annoying. So we're going to have to see how this one will develop. But yeah, it's not looking positive for Arsenal. And yeah, if we're not going Eze, like I said, we do have to focus on other players. You have to bring in someone else. So I hope we are going to do that. But we're going to have to see what will happen. But yeah, I'm not particularly happy about this news at all. But yeah, let's just see what happens regarding Eze and see if he will end up being an Arsenal player. Unfortunately, we have a hard time getting rid of players. No clubs really want them because of the high wages. Yeah, we're not great, are we? To be honest with you, with shifting players on that are at a very high wage. I mean, we were going to get rid of Zinchenko a little while ago to AC Milan, but they just couldn't afford the price. They just couldn't pay what we wanted. So I think that's completely fair enough. But I think for us, it doesn't put us in a great position at all. So yeah, it's a real tough one, this. But I just think we need to move on players as soon as we can. So yeah, hopefully we can get some players moved on. I think Zinchenko should be gone. I don't know why he's still here, to be honest. I think he's a great player, but his time at Arsenal is gone. Like, why aren't we making anything about this? Like, just get it done, Arsenal. Move players on for me. That's what we're gonna do. But I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah. So big up the chat. What do you think? What do you think will Gyokeres start tomorrow? I don't think he's gonna start. I want him to start, but I think he's probably going to come on in the second half, to be honest with you. I think Arteta's probably going to ease him in the game. I mean, obviously, if he starts, I'd be over the moon about that, because I do want to see him get some minutes. But I think, yeah, I don't think he'll start, but I do think he'll come off the bench. I think he'll probably get quite a bit of time, to be honest with you, which would be really good. So hopefully he can get some, minutes and really show what he can do. I'm personally really excited to see him and see how well he can do. In this first pre-season game. So yeah, for me, I'm absolutely buzzing to see him play. I think it's going to be a really exciting time for him. And I did see some of his training in the sessions training. So he's done good. He's had a training session. So there's no reason why we can't see him in this game. Big up Aldi, who says the reason it's taken so long to sell those players are the salaries. Edu has not done a good job for them in the past. Yeah, I think the salaries is the big problem, isn't it? I don't understand why these players are getting so much money. Some of them, anyway. If you're a starter, then fair enough. But if you're not, then it's a bit crazy to get paid that much. So yeah, I do completely agree with that. I do think it's crazy how much some of these players do get paid. Obviously, big up to the chat. There's about 18 of you in here, so please do obviously send in any questions you got for me regarding the transfer window, and obviously please do subscribe here and do keep smashing them likes here. And while you're here, guys, I'll probably be on here for an hour today as well, so I'm more happy to go through any questions. Gabriel Jesus has got to go. We can't keep playing 265k a week for other strikers who's close to the medical and back of the net. Yeah, I mean, like, he'd been out for such a long time, hasn't he? So I think he needs to move on. I think it was good as well what we did with Tomiyasu, because I do generally believe Tomiyasu wasn't happy, and I think that was the right thing for us to do, to move him on as well. So I think for me, we just have to make sure that we are moving players on, and the salary, like I said, it's a massive problem, isn't it? It's a massive issue that we're facing. But yeah, I think Jesus has got to go as well. I mean, when I was doing my research and looking at what's been going on with Jesus, it looks more like like he would go on loan with an option to buy. So it could be a loan if he went, but I just think we need to get money, get bodies out the door. There's so much stuff we need to obviously focus on. But I know we want players in the club, and that's all great, but I think we need to shift some players off anyway. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we can get those players shifted, because we need to make sure that we're obviously doing the best that we can, and making the most money. And yeah, I'm a bit disappointed about Eze, because I think we need him. Like, I don't know. I just feel disappointed about the situation, because it doesn't seem as though he is going to be an Arsenal player, which is so annoying. But we're going to have to see what will happen now about him. And if we're not going to get him, we have to focus on bringing in someone else in. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of work for us to do in this window so far. I'm excited to see what we are going to do. the moment, but obviously nothing has happened too much as yet. Obviously, Saliba's hopefully going to sign a new deal soon, which is going to be really positive. But at the moment, it does definitely just seem like, Trossard's going to be going. Obviously, we'll have to hope for more updates pretty soon, but that is the latest. What's happening with Eze? So, from what I've read, it seems as though Arsenal aren't willing to offer what they want. According to The Athletic, they said Arsenal not willing to meet the release clause in excess of 60 million and will only bid if Crystal Palace reduce the asking price. And to be honest with you, I don't think Crystal Palace are going to reduce the asking price, so that leaves us in a real tough situation. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to get Eze now, to be honest with you. I think Arsenal are interested in him, and Arsenal are still keeping him as an option, but I just think this feels less likely to happen now. I think this is going to be really tough. But yeah, I think so far this window is great with Gyokeres, but we need to make sure we are bringing in more signings. And if you want to have a good chance of winning the league, we need to make sure we get in a winger and attacking midfielder. So I think Eze would be the guy for me, but it doesn't seem as though that's going to happen at the moment, which obviously is disappointing. What do you think about the way Chelsea are managing their club? Do you think that kind of strategy would suit Arsenal? I think Chelsea are making a lot of money, to be honest with you. I don't know how they're doing that with some of them players, but yeah, I do think we need to kind of take a leaf out of their book and try and see how they're doing that, because I think for some of these players, you're not going to get a lot of money for them, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult to get a lot of money out of, Zinchenko or a Nelson or, Vieira. I think it's so hard because, like people said in the chat, we've got players that do have a lot of injuries and that have high wages, and clubs aren't going to be able to match that. So I do think we're faced with a big problem with that. So it's really tough for us in that position, to be honest with you, because it's going to be hard to generate any sales if we're not going to sell any players if they're too expensive. So yeah, I think it's going to be tough for us, to be honest with you. So hopefully we'll sell some players soon. I hope sooner than later. But yeah, I think we'll definitely see some outgoings happen. But if I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to generate much money, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be really hard to do that because, like I said, we might have a few loans this season. I think we're going to see a few loans, but I think we are going to also hopefully see some more players come to Arsenal as well. But I think Chelsea are doing good at that. Chelsea are making a lot of money. I mean, to be honest with you, I think we did good getting Kepa for 5 million, but I think we need to do better. I just want to see some players go, and Jesus, another one that needs to go. So yeah, we got rid of Tomiyasu, and that was for the best because Tomiyasu clearly wasn't happy at Arsenal, and I wouldn't want him being unhappy here. So I think that's completely fair enough. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to see how we can generate some money. And that's going to be really tough because, like I said, we have a lot of players on a lot of wages. Like Zinchenko's on a lot of wages. I don't actually know what wage Zinchenko's on. I don't know if it's like over 100k, but it's a real tough one, isn't it? Because I think we just need to move these players on, get money for them, and let's just see what we can do with that. Because Arteta has said about outgoing, so yeah, we are going to see some players leave the club. It just depends on who's going to leave. It just depends on that. So yeah, I'm excited definitely to see who else we're going to bring in, but unfortunately, as I just see him off the cards at the moment, which is sad to say, but I'm not feeling optimistic about Eze, to be honest with you, but it isn't over. It's not going to happen, but I just think that our chances don't seem as likely as maybe we were before. So we just have to hope and pray, guys, to become an Arsenal player. I think there will be a bidding war for Eze, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at another club. Crystal Palace seem keen on cashing in big for him. But I think it's their best chance now, isn't it, really? Because I think he's a very valuable player. He's a very important player to any team. So I think he's going to be really important. So yeah, I think it's going to be really hard, and I get why they want money for him. But yeah, they do seem quite optimistic about getting that money, cashing in, like you said. But yeah, I think it's just a really frustrating situation. I mean, he's the dream guy for me, and I just think we should pay the money, sell players, just move players on. I think we've been honest, we could get 15 for Zinchenko, and maybe I think 10 might happen, but I'd say get 15 for him. Obviously, Vieira like 10 million. Lukonga 5. I just don't know how much you'd get for them. Kivior you'd get a good amount for, but I do like Kivior as like a squad player. And obviously Trossard's going to be 20, so that's like 40, maybe 50 million there. So yeah, we can do it. I just think we have to sell some players really and try and generate some money where we can. And with Arsenal forever. Sorry I missed this one. Great show. Thank you so much. Big up to all you guys are in the chat. I really appreciate you all. And obviously I'm enjoying answering your questions so far. And yeah, please do guys, please make sure you're liking this video and subscribing as well, as that would help my channel out very much. And yeah, like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions at all today as well. Obviously I will probably share my screen in a minute so we can look over transfers that has been happening, but I know Trossard has been sort of focus of today because I do like Trossard, but if he goes, he goes. There's not much we can do about it anyway. Big up yourself. Good to see you here in the chat. I've seen a video titles reading we're gonna get both Eze and Leo, but I think it's hard. It's hard to think we're gonna get them both. So if it's either one of Eze, Leo left winger, I would go for Eze. I think Eze would definitely improve this team. I think definitely they would both be great. I've no doubt about that. So if we did get Leo and we didn't get Eze, we sadly missed out on Eze, but I know he would be a great player too. But I think Eze would be a really good player for us. I think we need someone in that position to help us in the attacking sense. So I would be much happy with Eze. I think he's got that experience in the Premier League as well. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's done really good. So for me, I'd probably say I'd probably Eze, but I do definitely think they're both great players, and it is a tough one to pick. But yeah, we're going to have to just see who we end up getting in the end. But I don't think we're getting both of them. You never know, we could, but I just don't think it's likely. Victor says, Dave said Arsenal via Zinchenko 15. Oh, right, okay. I thought that. I don't think he's going to be any more than that, is he? I don't know how much we got for him, but I don't think it was I don't think it was a lot, really, was it? We paid for Zinchenko. I can't remember what we paid for him, but I don't think we paid like a big amount. But I think 15 is what I expected, to be honest with you. Hand of Arsenal has been very good this window on news. He hasn't said anything is off. Yeah, I think he's been reliable, hasn't he? And he's a source that I definitely read from as well and trust. Aldi, I'm not sure Arsenal will sign another left winger after bringing in Eze. He might be your final signing, and Arteta could use him as a number 10 and left wing. Yeah, I agree with that. I think we're going to get Eze, then that's it done. I think that'd be a good signing. I think Arteta would do good with a signing at Eze because he's experienced and I think he knows what he's doing in the league. So yeah, I think with Eze that would be a great signing for Arsenal. But I think, yeah, I don't think we're going to make many more signings afterwards. I think that's probably going to be it. I think, yeah, I don't see us doing many more signings at Arsenal. So yeah, if you are going to get him, then just get it done, Arsenal, get it over the line. Hopefully that can happen. What's your thoughts on Luke Shaw saying that United's current squad is capable of winning the league? I didn't hear him say that, but I don't think they would win the league with that team. I think they've got many. I think their attack's better, but I definitely don't see them as a team that's going to win the Premier League or competing in the Premier League. So, yeah, I think that's a bit crazy. But yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I do think the league's going to be more competitive. I think Chelsea are going to be up there this season. I think it could be a 3 or 4 horse race in the league. So it's definitely going to be really exciting in the league this season. But I don't think they're going to be up there really, only for doing the league. I don't think that would happen. I think it's probably going to be on City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. I think the league will be exciting. Don't get me wrong. I think it'll be very competitive. But I think that'll probably be it in terms of players that are coming and the teams are going to be strengthening. So yeah, I don't think that would happen, to be honest with you. I'm interested to see who is going to be in the race. I'm excited for the league, to be fair, but I think we need to make sure we are strengthening and improving in the team in order for us to really, get over that line and win something next season. So yeah, it looks like Isak is going to Liverpool as well. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how we do, but I'm feeling optimistic about the season. I just think we need maybe another signing. Let me just read this. As of today, Palace are looking for approximately 30 as a first payment for any agreed deals, and we could definitely do that. I don't see why we couldn't do that, but You know what, also, like, I just don't know what they're gonna do. Um, I'm just gonna pause this for a second because I want to share my screen in a minute. I'm back in 2 seconds, guys. Okay, but guys, I'm gonna share my screen now. I thought we could have a look at what's going on Twitter to see if there's any news or any more updates of anything. Obviously I won't be able to answer any questions when I'm sharing it, but I will come on back on here and answer any questions. And of course, if you want to ask me anything, then send it through. I just want to share my screen to see if there's any more updates, obviously, to go through today, which will be exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna just share my screen for 1 second, guys. Okay. Right, just give me a sec, guys. I will share my screen in a minute. I'll answer your questions actually first. I can't wait for Gyokeres scores in his first Premier League and does this iconic celebration. That celebration is gonna hit like amazingly. I think that'll go down really well. I can't wait. I think there's gonna be a lot of Arsenal fans do that celebration. You won't ever see me do that celebration. I won't do that celebration. I just couldn't. It's just not for me. But I will definitely celebrate and enjoy that. I can see Chelsea getting back into the title race. They might be the most prepared team, both technically and mentally, right now. Next season, title race will be really hard to predict. Yeah, I think it's going to be very unpredictable next season about who's going to win it. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what will happen. I think it's going to be exciting. But yeah, I do hope Arsenal can definitely compete next season. Liverpool are definitely going to compete. I think Man City will. So yeah, I think the top four will be exciting as well. Top six is going to be exciting. There's definitely a lot of things to look forward to. So yeah, I definitely can't rule Chelsea out at all. I think they've definitely got a great chance and a great shot of being in it. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how well they're going to do as well. Obviously, I'm going to share my screen now, guys. So yeah, let's have a look. I'm trying to see what the latest news. Obviously, let's talk about Odegaard on his teammates Gyokeres ahead of the Spurs game. I think you've seen what Victor's done in his career so far, especially from last season Sporting. The numbers speak for themselves. He's a very complete player. He's physical. Obviously, let's see he's physical, strong, fast, a good finisher, and intelligent as well. I think he's a complete striker. You can see the hunger, the energy he brings. I'm really excited to have him with the team. He only trained a few times, but you can see the quality, the energy, and the willingness. I'm excited to have a pitch with him. Yeah, I think obviously that's exciting to see them two play together. This is funny. Obviously, Thomas Frank has said many nice things about Arsenal and he's a Spurs manager, so it feels weird. Obviously, he spoke about the upcoming game and said, I think it's a great challenge. Besides Arsenal being our biggest rivals, it's also right now that Arsenal are one of the best teams, I must say, unfortunately, in the world. Um, we need to be honest in that way. It's going to be a big test, but it's more than a test as against Arsenal. It's not only friendly. I think that game's never going to be a friendly. To be honest with you, when you're up against a team like that, it's not going to be a friendly. I just want to check if there's any updates. Obviously, as you saw, got across in training, which was yesterday. Or the day before actually. That was great. So yeah, obviously Eze stuff. Another thing here actually, Fulham have made an approach to Arsenal to sign Zinchenko and Reece Nelson. And obviously that source is quite reliable. So I think for me, I think to be honest with you, that would be a good deal. To be honest with you, I think we need to shift, both of them players on. I don't really know how much we'd get for them. Reece Nelson, if Reece Nelson would be alone, we are going to have to see what is going to happen. But I do hope we can shift some players on, move some players on now, and get some money. So yeah, I think we're going to have to see what happened. But for me, that's a good move for me. I would be very happy with that. So yeah, good to hear that as well. Obviously, Trossard, we know what about Trossard. Yeah, I love these pictures here. I want to see if there's any more news. I can click on this, guys, actually, and see if there's any news about Arsenal. Obviously, big up to you guys. I will come back and answer any sort of questions. So yeah, this is obviously the latest. This is obviously the latest on Eze, Nelson, Zinchenko. I'll go on speak, but I know I've spoken a bit about it anyway. But Arsenal remain interested in Eze, but the focus is on sales for now. After making 6 signings in the window, the club will have an open dialogue with Eze's representative. So obviously, as we know, we do want him. We are interested in him, which is obviously what we can see, and I'm happy about that because Eze is a great player, and we do need him at Arsenal. So obviously I'm excited about that signing if it could happen. Obviously his release clause is worth 68 million, as understood he would be open to the move. Obviously here, in terms of departures, Fulham remain in talks over loan for Reece Nelson, while it's thought the club will listen to suitable offers for Zinchenko, Vieira, Lokonga, and obviously we know Dortmund are interested in Trossard. So yeah, pretty much that is the latest on that. I don't want to go on that because that's not Arsenal. So yeah, let me just read what Arteta said here as well, to give you guys an update. So here Arteta on tomorrow's game against Spurs. Gabriel Magalhaes and Calafiori will not play. I do hope that Gabriel obviously is okay, but I do also hope Calafiori's injury isn't too serious, because we know how bad of an injury record he has, and we know how much he gets injured. So that isn't ideal, is it? So I hope Calafiori is okay and he's not going to be out for a while. So fingers crossed he'll be all good. But Arteta said on Gyokeres, he has only done today's session and yesterday very little. We are going to assess him tonight to see where he is. If the medical staff are pleased with his condition, it's possible. So I think Gyokeres will play. I don't think he's going to say he's going to play. Obviously here, about Eze, as I said, they want 35 up front. So yeah, I think Arsenal need to get that done and dusted. Eze is all over the news. So yeah, I'm going to come back now and obviously chat with you guys. But yeah, that is pretty much the latest on Arsenal. So there's definitely been a lot happening recently. I hope we are going to hear some more things happen as well. Yeah, I just read that one. I haven't seen you celebrate Gyokeres yet, so if you have to when he's got icon, I'll be so happy. I think that signing for me is definitely like the most excited I've been about signing for a very long time. I've not had that excitement in ages. So yeah, I do really believe this is like a really statement signing from Arsenal. I'm really excited, but I just want to see him get down, get playing for Arsenal and see what he can do. I'm really excited to see how well he's going to do at Arsenal. So yeah, I am really excited for signing, to be honest with you. I can't wait to see how well he's going to do at Arsenal, and hopefully it's going to get us a good amount of goals in the season. I want to see like 20 goals, maybe more. But Eze, yeah, like I said, we're going to have to see what happens with Eze. That possibly could be quite a promising signing. That could probably happen. Just depends on the money situation. But as I said in reports, we need to make some sales soon. We need to shift some players on as well. So we are going to have to see what we can do with that. But yeah, I think if we can't go for Eze, I said we need to. Yeah, I can't. The celebration you'll never see me do. I think, to be honest with you, if he scored tomorrow, we are going to see a lot of celebrations. It'd be funny. It just, do you know what, to me, it still hasn't sunk in that he's an Arsenal player. I think when he's actually an Arsenal player, it will sink in when we've seen him play for Arsenal for the first time. Because so many people photoshopped pictures of him in Arsenal kit. So for me, when we see him in Arsenal kit for the first time playing football, it'll feel amazed. I don't think it'll sink in, but I'm very happy about it, to be honest with you. So yeah, I can't wait about him. I'm sure he will start tomorrow at some point. I don't think he'll be like a starter, but I do think Arteta will give him some time, which would be really great, as I think he deserves a bit of game time, to be fair. So yeah, he's obviously had a training session as well, which is obviously really exciting. So hopefully we'll see him tomorrow. Like I said, we're doing a watch song for the game anyway, so hopefully we'll see him get some minutes as well. But yeah, I'm really excited about the signing. Obviously, big up to you guys that are watching this. If you've got any questions, do send them through as well. I'm happy to answer. Arsenal version that Man United divided United. Arsenal's up front as a Gyokeres. Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think I'm up for that game against United. I don't know what they're going to do in the window at the moment. Are they going to bring in any more players? What are they going to do? So yeah, I think for me, I think it'd be interesting, what their lineup's going to be. But yeah, I think our front line's going to be great if we get Eze. That would be like a dream front three. So yeah, hopefully, we'll definitely, improve and make sure we have the best lineup for that United game. I'm up for that United game. I'm really excited to play them. I think it'd be really good for us to have that sort of rivalry again. I mean, to be honest with you, they've improved as well, so that's definitely going to be even better. So yeah, I'm really excited for this game coming up. I think it's going to be exciting. But yeah, the first game of the season, I can't complain to you guys. I'm up for this game. I'm really excited. But yeah, if we had Eddie, that would be like the icing on the cake for me. So hopefully we'll see that happen. We've also found who says, how much can we get for Nelson? Well, obviously it looks like it will be a loan. So I think at the start, if it was an option to buy, I think possibly we're looking at 10 to 15 for Nelson. I don't know how much we'd get for him if he was to be if we did sell him. So I don't think we'd get like a lot for him, to be honest with you, if we're being completely honest, because I think he's obviously had injuries as well, and I think he's going to be hard to sell. And he was injured a bit last season for them, so I think for now I'd do a loan. But I think if we could sell him, then are we looking like 10, 15 million? It's really hard with him because I don't know how much he could be worth. I mean, I think he suits him. I think he would get regular game time, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how he will do that. And I generally wish him well. It's nice to see him get some game time as well. And obviously, if Zinchenko goes there, I generally do wish Zinchenko all the best. And I do think we need to move him on now. I think that time has gone now with him. I think that ship has sailed. Really, we need to just move him on basically. So let's see what happens with some of these players about their future. I think we need to move some players on as soon as we can, really. But yeah, let's just see what is going to happen. I saw Etike play against, I don't know if I pronounce that name, I pronounced it wrong, but Yokohama earlier. I honestly don't understand how Liverpool paid 95 million for him. I just don't see him making a big impact. I didn't watch the game, but I'll probably watch some highlights back and see what he's like. But yeah, I think, do you know what I did think as well about Liverpool? You know, when you bring in so many different players to the team and they need maybe a season or two to gel, are Liverpool going to have that sort of season where they might be in a sort of process where they need a bit more time to gel for these players, because they have got a different squad now. I know they do have quite a lot of the same players they had last season, but they're going to be having Isak, Etike, and Wirtz there. There's so many different players coming in, and maybe Liverpool might struggle with, obviously, a new squad. It's going to be a new squad, so I think they could find that difficult to adapt. Like I said, when you make too many changes, it might take you a long time to adapt to it. So yeah, I'm interested to see how Liverpool are going to do. In the season. But yeah, I think pre-season they've not done great, but it's all about, trying new signings and doing that. But they have spent a lot of money, really. Obviously they did Wednesday, but yeah, they have spent a lot of money. So yeah, I think you just have to, there's more pressure on you when you spend a lot of money, because you do have to get it right at the end of the day, and you have to make sure you are doing the right thing. So hopefully we'll see what happened as well with them. But yeah, I think the season, I hope our players gel as well. We could struggle as well with these new signings, but I do genuinely hope this team just gel and just works really well. And I just want us to get back to winning stuff again. And I do really think we're going to have a good season. I do genuinely think we're going to win stuff, but we need to hear some more news. We need to hear some more things about Eze and the latest news as well. So hopefully, guys, we'll hear some more updates as well. But yeah, I think that they have spent a lot more than they probably have. I think we've spent quite a bit, but we have obviously, done quite a good bit of business. I mean, Kepa 5 million. Obviously, Steve Mendy was Steve like 60 million. I think Steve Mendy was quite a bit of money, but I think he'll be worth it. Obviously, Gyokeres was like 63 million euros at 10. So yeah, I think we have done a good bit of business. Obviously, yes, Mendy was 60 million euros. So we have spent a bit of money, and we've needed to, because our squad needs a lot of a change this season. We needed to add quite a few different players. So I think for me, I think both teams are doing great and competing for next season. We need to make sure we both strengthen. So yeah, I think when we go to Anfield, it's going to be very competitive. I think the season, as someone said before, it's going to be so unpredictable, like who's going to get top four. You just don't know at this point. So it's going to be exciting to see who is going to get there. But I'm really excited for the league coming up. I've also been meaning to ask about the selling of Trossard. First, Nelly in my eyes, Trossard surely has been having better end product the last 2 seasons is the explosive pace of Nelly being favoured. I'll come back to this as well, and maybe also his ability to hug the touchline and stretch play. Maybe it's also about who wants to stay versus who doesn't. I mean, it's really interesting because everyone is so divided with Martinelli Trossard. If you guys had to pick, let me know who you'd rather stay. But for me, I know Trossard's contract does end in 27. I don't mean Martinelli's ends, but I would actually keep Trossard just because I just feel, as you've mentioned before, I just think that Trossard's end product is better. I think with Martinelli, is talented. I do believe he's a good player, and maybe there's more ceiling for him. I don't know, but I just think with Martinelli, I just find him quite predictable, and you know what he's going to do when he's in the box. When he's outside the box, you know what he's going to do. So I think for me, Trossard gives you something different, especially if he comes off the bench, and he's a really great goal scorer. So, and on the other hand, like you said, is it about, is Martinelli? Martinelli could just be happy being around the team, but on the other hand, Trossard might not be happy with that. So it's really interesting to see, because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know what these players are thinking. Obviously, we can only go off by reports and things and what has been said there. But I do think it could possibly be the fact that maybe they Trossard might want to get regular game time. And if we're being honest, next season he's not going to be a starter. He's probably going to be someone that comes off the bench and tries to make an impact. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it's going to go for him and how much game time that both of them would get. So yeah, I think it's an interesting conversation because obviously we'll have different opinions about who wants to stay, who wants to leave, but Trossard leaves, he leaves, no hard feelings. I think he'd understand if he wanted that game time anyway. So yeah, it's a really interesting one, isn't it, about their futures as well. I think Trossard's definitely going though. I'm predicting Chelsea will finish above both City and Liverpool. Hopefully Arsenal will go on to win a title. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool struggled next season because they've got so many new players. I wouldn't blame them if they would go on and win the league. So I think at Liverpool it could be a very hit or miss season because when you have new players, I remember when I know it's different, but when Arsenal were in had quite a few signings, we just couldn't gel. We needed more time together, and I'm possibly thinking maybe Liverpool could be going through a little bit of that. But they've won the league once with Ollie Slot, so they know that feeling and they'll want to win even more. So, yeah, it's going to be a really interesting season. I think there's going to be lots of exciting things to happen. Obviously, guys, Xhaka is now at Sunderland, which is crazy. Ramsdale's going to be at Newcastle, so that'll be really interesting. But yeah, I do feel generally excited about what's going to come up as well in the future. But both clubs are exciting to watch in Newcastle and Sunderland. But yeah, there's going to be many twists and turns, I think, in the league. So I do feel excited about that. But yeah, Chelsea are definitely going to do better because they're getting things done. Like I said, they're being ruthless, which is exactly what you're going to do. And I'm really interested to see how they're going to do. So yeah, really excited to see that happen. Obviously the window, like I said, is open for a while, so we're gonna have to see who we do bring in as well. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you have any questions to me, do send them through, and I'll happily go through them. Big up to the chat as well. Appreciate all of you that are here today. Obviously there's about 8 to 10 of you in the chat now, so please do smash them likes on my channel, please. Let's get the likes up, and obviously do subscribe here if you haven't already. And I will be back tomorrow as well. I'll be back at 12:30 again, or a little bit before that, to do a watch along. So I'll be back there for a few hours tomorrow, about 2 hours on my channel, and to do a video on that. So hopefully tomorrow will be a great game. Hopefully we're going to see some new players as well, get some minutes. I'm really excited to see how that's going to go for us. So yeah, I think it's a really exciting time for Arsenal at the moment in the pre-season. Obviously we played Newcastle, which is a very chaotic game, and now we've got a new game coming up, and I do feel excited about that. So yeah, hopefully we'll win tomorrow, guys, against Spurs. I'm really excited to see how we are going to do. But yeah, if you've got any questions, send them through. I'll go through them. Obviously, that is pretty much the latest on the news today, but I'm sure tomorrow or later today, we might hear some more stuff as well. So yeah, I do feel excited about maybe the news you might hear as well. But yeah, obviously big up to the chat. I appreciate you watching. And yeah, like I said, I'll probably be on here for 15 to 20 more minutes as well. If you guys do have any questions you want me to answer. I'm more than happy to do that as well. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow hopefully we'll beat Spurs. I don't think it's ever a friendly when you're playing against Spurs. We all want to beat them, so that'll be a really exciting game as well. I will actually go through our pre-season games as well. Just right now is another thing to talk about. So yeah, obviously after Spurs we have the Villarreal on the 6th of August, and then we have the last game of pre-season, which is Arsenal first Athletic Club on the 9th of August. So we definitely have quite a few games coming up, which is obviously really exciting. And yeah, I do feel excited to see how well we're going to do in that. And yeah, I think we're just gonna have to, give it our best. And when the big game comes this season, I'm really excited for that. I think we're gonna do really good against United. But United have also improved as well, so we can't write them off either. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens in that game. But I do feel excited about the season coming up. I think in pre-season we're gonna see more things coming up as well. So yeah, more games. I'm excited for the league. I think the team really want to win the season. So yeah, I do think we're gonna do really well. Big up Audi. I watched Gyokeres' training video earlier. I'm really excited because he looks like a no-nonsense striker. His main objective is to score goals, and that's exactly what we need. Yeah, I saw that video as well. I saw the one where he headed it, and I saw the one where he scored, and oh, that feels nice. You finally got a striker, like you said, a real. He seems very focused, and I do genuinely believe. So I do genuinely believe that. So yeah, I do think we have to make sure that he does really well here, and yeah, I think he'll give everything to the club. So yeah, I'm excited to see him. For sure. I think there's so many exciting things coming up. So yeah, hopefully, guys, we'll have a good season. I do feel more optimistic about the season because we got Gyokeres. I think if we hadn't got Gyokeres, then I probably wouldn't feel optimistic as I do. But let's just see what happens, guys. I think we can stay positive and just keep the faith that we can win the league. I think we'll definitely win something next season. I don't know what we're going to win right now. I think if we put Ezzy in, I'd feel more confident about what we're going to win, but we're just going to have to see how it turns out. Big up Aldi. We need someone who's fearless and willing to smash the ball towards goal wherever he gets a chance. I feel like the Arsenal players are too afraid to shoot. I completely agree with you that I say it all the time, especially with Odegaard, but I just feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I would rather the players shoot and it goes wrong than not shoot at all, because a lot of the time if you do take a risk it might work out. So I'm with you. I do think the team needs to be more fearless and just go for it. Odegaard as well. Odegaard is really good at shooting outside the box, and we saw it on the last game of the season, but when do we ever see it now? We don't ever see it, and I don't know why that is. Is it confidence? I'm not just picking Odegaard by the way, I'm just using him as an example, but as well. Declan Rice scores quite a few goals, but I think set pieces as well is going to be great because we've got quite a few players that are going to be good at that. But yeah, I just think it would be nice maybe for, Trossard or, Martinelli to go outside the box and do something we're not expecting. I think if you're expecting something, then you know what's going to happen, and these defenders from other teams will know that. So I feel like for me, we need to look less predictable. And every single player needs to step up in that. So yeah, hopefully, guys, we're going to improve in that, in our shooting, because I think we've got players as well. Ben White could do that as well. Ben White could give that a good go outside the box. So we're going to see what happens, but fingers crossed, we're going to, do much better with that, and hopefully start shooting more. But I think, as you mentioned, Aldi, I think Gyokeres is someone that wouldn't be afraid to do that, and that's why we need him in the team, because he's not afraid, he's ambitious, he's going to go for it. So yeah, I do think that it's important to have players like him in the team that that aren't afraid to go for it and just shoot and not worry about it. So yeah, I do think having him in the team is only going to be a good thing for Arsenal, to be honest. Big up Gunnar, big up yourself. I'm not seeing you here, so big up yourself. Just discovered this channel, subscribe here, guys. Thank you so much. Obviously, it's always lovely to see when new people find my channel. So big up yourself. Thank you so much. And yeah, obviously, feel free to subscribe, guys, if you're new around here. Big up Aldi. Odegaard is the most overthinking Arsenal player in front of goal. He needs to be braver and take the shot in front of him. Shot more often, sorry. Yeah, I do agree with that. I think a lot of these players are the same, though, to be honest with you. I think Martinelli's possibly is another one. I think I'd rather you shoot and it go wrong and not shoot at all, because at least if you shoot, you're giving it a go, you're giving it everything you possibly could. And I think, to be honest with you, I don't feel like some of these players are doing that. I think they just need to go for it and not overthink. You can easily overthink situations. Like, I completely get that, but I do think these players just need to like go for a bit more and to be more brave. To be honest with you, I completely agree with you there. Odegaard is got a great eye for a goal if you can, but I think when you overthink it, makes it worse. So yeah, there are times where you think you should shoot, and there's times where you should pass, and I think you need to recognise when those times are. So yeah, I do think that is a good point. I do think that hopefully we'll see some more goals, and this team needs to be more fearless, like I said, go for it more and not be afraid as much to shoot and do those sort of things in the game. So yeah, hopefully we'll see that. But I think maybe if Gyokeres in, some of the goals we're going to see from him are going to be quite different. So maybe that will inspire some of the team as well to, shoot more and go for it. But I think Declan Rice has scored a lot of goals, so I think he's definitely one that I would appreciate. He's done pretty good with that. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to see how it will go. The game tomorrow, obviously, next season. You're gonna do a watch song tomorrow? Yeah, I will be in a watch song, guys. I will be on here tomorrow. I think it's a 12:30 kickoff. Let me just check. Obviously we are playing Spurs, which I'm pumped up for. I'm excited to see the lineup, to be honest with you. So yeah, obviously tomorrow 12:30. I do feel bad for those fans that have a bad time difference, because that's okay time for us in England, but if you're in America or wherever you are, it's going to be really early. So yeah, 12:30 tomorrow we'll be on here as well to chat with you guys and do a video on that as well. So I will be on here, then I'll be on here for about 2.5 hours probably. So I'll be answering a lot of your questions then as well. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to go through tomorrow with that. I'm really excited for tomorrow's game. And obviously I'm sure you guys all are excited too. And yeah, hopefully we'll beat Spurs tomorrow. I really hope that we can. I mean, it's really weird because in these sort of games, like, it doesn't matter to me if you lose, but I think you don't want to lose to Spurs. It's pre-season, you want to get your mistakes out of the way, but I think for us, we have to beat Spurs. You just don't want to go in this game losing, so yeah. I think this is a really weird game coming up against them, because you can't lose these type of games. You just can't. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it does go for us in this game. But yeah, I think we'll see Gyokeres, we'll see Masquera, we'll see our new signings, which will be exciting, and a breath of fresh air as well. And I hope Gyokeres, will score and just really show what you can do. As a little taster for us going into the season. But yeah, I think if he's had a training session, I don't see why he can't play. I don't see why not. So I definitely think that will happen for us. So yeah, I'm really excited for that to happen as well. I'm excited to see how that will turn out for him going into it tomorrow. But yeah, obviously, guys, if you've got any questions, send them through. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I just need to put my laptop on charge. So just give me, guys, 2 minutes. I'll be back. And if you've got any questions, then do send them through. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Just give me Big up, you guys. I'm back. I just want to answer your questions you guys have. Thank you guys for waiting for me. My laptop's all good now. And they ran out of charge then. I didn't want to end it like that. So yeah, big up to you guys. Maybe it's unlikely, but I'd like to see Max Stalin start tomorrow. I just want to see more of him on the pitch. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I think it could happen. I think because he's like so young, I think Arteta's sort of wanting to protect him, like with the game time he gets as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't playing. But I think he has been coming on off the bench, hasn't he? So maybe Arteta is going to bring him on later in the game. I think Arteta has done that, hasn't he? He's brought him on afterwards. So we'll have to see what will happen with that. But I do think he would be a good player to see at start of the game because he is so talented, isn't he? It's so crazy how young he is. I mean, we all speak about him really highly, but it is crazy. He's so young. He's 15, which it feels it feels crazy to see how young he is. So hopefully, guys, it would be good to see him start, wouldn't it? I think if he started for like 45 minutes, like, and that was it, I'd be fine with that. So hopefully he's gonna get some minutes tomorrow. I would like to see Norgard as well and see more of him. I really like him as well. So hopefully we'll see more of him. There's so many players you want to see, really. I think the academy do deserve these chances because obviously when the season starts, it's going to be really hard for them to get those moments because obviously, I mean, cup games will get starts, but I think when it comes to the actual Premier League, it's kind of hard for them, especially when we know how more competitive the league gets every year. So, yeah, I think it's really hard because in the league we need to see these players get these opportunities. So hopefully we'll see them get these chances. But yeah, I don't know. It's really weird because going to next season, like, is he gonna be part of the squad? It's really interesting. Like, I just don't know what our plans are really. So we're gonna have to see, what will happen with that. But yeah, hopefully I'll do. We'll see him next time and play tomorrow because we know what a great player he is, and I want to see more of him as well. I just think it's crazy how great he is at his age. So yeah, I can't wait to see him. Be up, Ron. Always good to see you here. Hope you're having a good day. Is Darren going to stay or get loaned out? Um, a great question. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'll be honest with you. If it was up to me, I would keep him at Arsenal. The real problem that we have is like, how is he gonna start? Like, because I think we already know we know the second choice players that we have, we know like the third choice players that we have, so it's going to be quite difficult for some of these players to actually get into this team. So on the other hand, is it better that he gets minutes and he really shows what he can do? But same time, he's done really well in his pre-season and I want to see him be a part of this team next season. So I think it's going to be really hard to see how he's going to get minutes a lot of the time because obviously in the cup games we are going to see, like when Neri start, we're going to see certain players start. So I think it's going to be really hard to see who is going to be a part of this team next season. Is that the second choice options as well? So yeah, I would like to see him stay, but we're going to have to see what happens. Big up AM Gang One. Good to see you here. Hope you're good. Obviously, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Do you think Victor plays tomorrow? Yeah, I do think he's going to play. I know Arteta hasn't really said specifically he will be playing. I know he's had a training session, but I don't see why not. I do think he'll get some minutes. I don't think he'll start. I don't think Arteta's going to do that. Obviously, I would love to see him start, but I think he's probably going to come off the bench and maybe get 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I know he's not played a lot of football recently other than that training session we've had today, I think. So I would understand if he didn't get a lot of game time, but even 10 minutes would be nice just to see a glimpse of him. Obviously, it'd be nice to see him get a goal against Spurs, but I think it'd just be nice to see how he's going to play. We might be playing a bit differently because we've got him. We've got a very new squad in this next season, so I'm fascinated to see how we are going to do. But yeah, hopefully, guys, we will have a good season. Obviously, we've got new players, but obviously, yeah, it would be nice to see Victor Gyokeres get game time. I think because he's had a training session, I feel quite positive about him, playing. Obviously, I don't think he'll start, unfortunately, but hopefully, we're going to see him get some minutes and see who he links up well with. I do think him and Saka will have a great partnership, him and Odegaard. I think when Saka's really good at what he does is obviously whipping crosses in the box and hoping someone's there and Gyokeres will be there. Because to be honest with you, when Saka whips crosses in the box, and if Havertz is a striker, Havertz might struggle with certain things that Gyokeres is good at. So I think that could be a good thing for Arsenal. So yeah, hopefully Gyokeres will play. I do think he's going to be an amazing player for us. And yeah, I just can't wait for him to get started. The fact he did more on the pitch in just 30 minutes than other players amazed me, and I'm sure he's ready to start from the beginning. Yeah, absolutely, I do agree with that. 100%. Big up Aldi. Big up Ashik. Oh, hope you're good. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a good day. I almost forgot we have Madueke. I'm curious how Arteta will utilise him. To those that are watching, I'm under the impression that it's not the case, but Madueke hasn't travelled, has he, with the squad? Because I know Madueke's on a break. Are we just going to play when we come back to London? Because I don't think Madueke is here, is he? I wasn't under the impression he was. I know we've got obviously the Emirates Cup game, so I presume he'll be playing for that. It's really weird because we've signed him, but we've not actually seen him play any minutes, and I'm like, I just don't know what he's going to be like. So yeah, I do feel excited though because I'm curious to see how well he's going to do for Arsenal. I do have my worries. It might be not. I don't like to use this word, but I do have my worries. It might be like a flop, or it might not go great. I mean, we've like I said so many times, we've had so many Chelsea players that have been hit or miss. They've done really well, or they've done really bad. So I think for this one, you do really want to hope that it will be a player that will, go above your expectations and do really well. But I think it's important to give these players the time, give them the benefit of the doubt that they will put in a good shift. They will give you what you want as fans and make you proud and do really well. So I am really hoping that we are going to see that. Going into the games. But yeah, I think we just have to have faith and believe in these players. But Madueke, we obviously haven't seen him get any minutes, have we? I want to see what he's going to be like. Obviously, Mosquera, do we think he's going to get any minutes tomorrow? I hope so. It would be nice to see him get some minutes. I don't know if that will happen, but hopefully, guys, we'll see him get a bit of time as well on the pitch because I think he's going to be an important squad player. I think when we need to rest Gabriel, when we need to rest Saliba, he'll probably step in and do a really good job. Obviously, we know California won't be playing tomorrow. Obviously, Magalhaes won't be playing either. So, yeah, we might see quite a few changes. So, yeah, interested to see tomorrow how that's going to go for us. But yeah, I'm excited for the game tomorrow. I think it's nice to see Arsenal back again, really. Obviously, big up to the guys that watched. If you've got any questions, do send them through, and I'm happily answer them as well. Hopefully, Arteta and Manny Saka better by giving Nani 20 minutes at the end of the game. Yeah, I think Arteta doesn't need to play him for a full 90 minutes. I think it's crazy that he does. He doesn't need to play Saka in those cup games like Preston or whatever. I think the only time in cup games that I'd want to see Saka is like say we're in like a quarter, a semi-final, maybe semi-final, and it was. I think those are the games you want to play Saka. There's times where you have to give Saka a rest because it's shown how we got burnt out, and that did backfire on us, and we struggled without him. So I think Arteta needs to learn from that. I completely agree with you there, Ron. I think there's times where you have to give other players a chance. Like we need to give Neri a chance as well. I presume Neri is going to play on the right, so I do hope he is going to get a lot of minutes as well. So yeah, we have to make sure we are giving a lot of these players a fair share of minutes as well. Kepa as well. I hope he gets minutes in cup games. So yeah, I think we definitely have to give all these players a chance and rotate a lot more because we have a lot of options. We're going to have, obviously if we get Eze, we've got him. We've obviously got Madueke, Saka, Trossard, not Trossard. I don't think Trossard's going to stay, but we've got Martinelli, Waneri. We've got a lot of players. I know in the attack we've got Havertz. Kind of Marino can play there. I do think Martinelli is much better up top though. So we've got a lot of options there to see what we can do. If he turns out to be a flop, I hope Arsenal stop signing players from Chelsea. The thing is, right, we have heard it so many times, like, I know when we sign players in Chelsea, they're always going to say what we want to hear. They're always going to say, I'm hungry to be here. I can't wait to get started. I'm not bothered about what they're saying. I just want them to do that on the pitch because we're being honest, we have seen so many poor signings from Chelsea. And I think Willian was the worst, to be honest with you. But I think going forward, we just have to make sure we do bring in the right players and do what we have to do. Yeah, I think certain Chelsea players, Jorginho was a great signing. Jorginho was I think he was a good squad player and, he stepped in when he needed to. So it's tough to decide with these things, but it hasn't all been doom and gloom for us with Chelsea players. But we need to make sure the selling works out. And I do wonder if this signing will kind of cost us not getting Eze. We have to get Eze for me. That's the signing that has to be done over the line as soon as possible. So hopefully that is one that will be done pretty soon. I'm worried California will turn out to be the new Tomiyasu. He's too injury prone and he's been dealing with that since his time at Bologna. Yeah, I'm worried about that too, to be honest with you. It's it's just a problem because I think he's a great attacking player. I think he is really great at that. I know he's got his issues defensively. I know he's not perfect, but I think he's a decent backup to have. He's a good player to have in the team, but ultimately, um, if he gets injured, then he's not any use to us. He's not reliable at all. We need players that you can rely on, and I don't think he's going to be someone that we can rely on if he has these injuries. I mean, I don't know how much of a setback this is, but we know he's injured at the moment. So, is this going to be a big problem for us? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's just resting. Arteta's wanting to do that for precaution and not make it any worse. But if he's out for a long time, that is going to cost us. It's not ideal, is it? I mean, you never know when you sign players how they're going to do with injury problems. If they're going to do well, or they're going to have setbacks. You can never predict these things. These are just part of football, and these things just happen. But I think for us, it's not going to be an ideal situation if he does have a long-term injury. So I really hope that that won't be the case for us because we can't deal with him being not injured again. It's just not going to benefit us, and we need to rely on these players. I think the most important thing in squads is having players that are reliable, that are fit. I don't mind a player having the odd injury, but I think you need players that are going to be consistent. They're going to be there when you need them to be. So I really hope that'll be the case for us. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back soon. I know we've had injuries in the team with Gabriel and Saliba, but they're not injuries that happen a lot. They're just injuries that happen every so often. So I think you can accept that. But when it's injuries that happen quite frequently, it's a big issue. So yeah, I think unfortunately we have a lot of players that suffer injuries, which is not ideal for us and is quite frustrating. I mean, we've had so many over the years, so hopefully there's something that will get solved as well. But yeah, fingers crossed, guys. We can do better, but it is really tough, isn't it? With having these players that have so many injuries, and it is a setback for us. We need players that we can rely on at the end of the day. So hopefully, guys. Obviously, I'll be back tomorrow at 12:30. I'll probably come in here maybe 10 minutes before the game to just read you the lineup, all of that, etc. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow at 12:30 as well. I'll be on there for a few hours, chatting with you guys obviously about the game as well. So I'll be back then as well, so feel free to join me then as well. Obviously I'll end this in about 5 minutes, so if you've got any questions, do send them through. I'm happy to obviously go through them. And obviously if you haven't subscribed and liked this video and shared, please do that as well while I'm chatting with you guys. Who do you prefer more to play as a main right back, White or Timber? For me, it's Timber. I mean, I really loved Ben White when he came here, and I think he's a good player. I think he offers something different than Timber, but I think Timber has shown he can consistently do a really good job. And I think, if I'm being honest, I think they both have great qualities. I think they both have injury problems as well. I mean, I know Timber's had problems with his ACL, and he has had struggles with getting back to fitness towards the end of the season, but he did a really solid job. So I think he's going to be a good player. I think if I had to pick, I would say Timber, but I think Ben White is going to give that competition next season and do a really good job. But yeah, I think Ben White has injuries, he has setbacks, and these things are quite difficult. So yeah, I do generally think that it's going to be really interesting to see how that competition at right back will be next season. But I would play Timber if I was the manager and I had to pick. I would put Timber there. So I'm going to be interested to see who is going to be starting there next season. Because I think they're equally both as good. Obviously, Ben White, he does attack a bit more than Timber, but I think Timber has shown how defensively good he is, and I think he's been so consistent all season, putting in like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 performances. So I think for Timber, he is consistent. I think Ben White is someone that is a really great player to have in the team as well, but he does have injuries as well. So yeah, I think I'd probably play Timber, but I think we're going to see more of Ben White next season because I think he's been recovering. He wants to push on and really improve himself in the team and get back in the team again. So it'll give Arteta another headache, but I'm excited to see who will end up being that player, that starting player as well. So yeah, we're going to see what happened with that. But yeah, I'm really excited to see that. But obviously, guys, I'm going to end this in a sec, guys, as I've been on here for a little while. Off topic, what are the Arsenal players you've met? I've never. Do you know what's weird? I've been to a few games, to be honest with you. I went to the Preston game when we played them in the cup, and I was quite close to a few of the Arsenal players. Obviously, I couldn't get a picture of them or say hi, but I'll say, you know, I will say that Saka and Martinelli were very friendly to the fans because I was at the front. I was quite close to it, so I think Saka was very friendly. I think Martinelli was quite friendly, which I'm not surprised about because that's what I get about them. I think they're genuinely nice people, and I think they're quite friendly. I think who else? I think Havertz was quite friendly as well. So I've never actually met them in person or had a picture of any of them, but I think that's the closest I've got. But yeah, at the Emirates, it's going to be possible to get pictures because it's so busy. But when you go to the away games, you do get a bit closer to the players. So yeah, Saka was always said friendly, wave to the fans. Because at the end of the day, these players don't owe you anything, but they choose to be kind. I think players could do things like that more often. So yeah, I would love to get a picture with Saka one day. I'd love to see Saka. He's my favourite Arsenal player. But yeah, those are the ones I've met. I've not actually met any from the women's team, but I've met them because they're great players. But yeah, Saka's always given me this impression that he's quite humble and kind. So yeah, it was really weird because I was so close to them, and I was sort of near them, and there were these kids screaming, and I thought if Saka comes over, I'm getting a picture of him. Obviously, he didn't come over because he was training, which is fair enough. But I thought if he comes over, I'm getting a picture of him straight away. He was nice. He was friendly. I'm trying to think who else I saw. I saw Raya when I was there, the Preston game, and I think it was like the backup goalkeeper. It was so weird seeing Raya as well. Being that close was so crazy. I did see a lot of other players, obviously, but I do have my favourite Arsenal players that I would rather have a picture with. But yeah, I got a picture in the distance, but it was so weird being that close. It really was. Yeah, I felt so surreal. I'm with you. I was starstruck. I really was. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, um, yeah, it was nice. It was really nice to get that close because I look up to these players. They are great players for Arsenal and great role models. So it was nice to, yeah. Obviously, I've been to the Emirates, quite a few times. Obviously, I've been very far away, so I can't actually get a picture. But yeah, it's nice to see them in person. It's different. It's a different experience. Because there's going to be a lot of fans that haven't been to the Emirates before, and you know what? It's a lot different to what you might think because I think online it can be quite negative. When you're there, it's a totally different experience. So yeah, I do think that it's just different. It's really nice to go to Emirates. So I hope everyone gets to do it one day. I hope you can attend many matches next season. I love seeing Arsenal from a fan's perspective. Big up Aldi, always good to see you here. Yeah, I think I will definitely be going to more games, especially the women's team as well. They're doing really good, so yeah, I will be seeing them as well. But yeah, it's a nice experience going to see your team play and going to see them. I think it's an experience that many people have always done, but I think it's nice to experience as a fan to see your team. So yeah, hopefully, one of you guys will get to see that if you haven't already. Yeah, Arsenal are great at that. I think it's amazing to see a team play in person. It's a different experience, but it's a nice experience. But yeah, obviously, big up to you guys. I'll definitely be back tomorrow at 12:30 to do a watch song, so you can answer. It has to be anything there as well. But big up to you guys. Thank you so much for watching my show today. I've really enjoyed chatting with you all. It's been really good fun. And like I said, when there's ever any breaking news, I will let you guys know. I'll just read this out quickly. Eze played well last night and was a captain, so who knows? Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to see what happens. I just don't know what's happening at this moment in time. But yeah, big up the chat. Obviously, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my show today. If you have, please do like and subscribe as well. And yeah, I'll definitely be on here tomorrow at 12:30, so feel free to join me then. And I'll speak to you very soon. Bye, guys.